guys, it's Bailey, and this week we get to choose our own topics. So I decided to talk about how I got into reading. You'll be surprised to know that I was not always a reader. Um, I actually, I hated it. I really don't know why, but whenever my mom would take me to the library to pick up a book, I'd be like, no, I don't want to. And so the only thing I would get was picture books with animals because I liked animals. Yeah, so that's the only book I would get when I was at the library. So it took me till I was in 5th grade to realize how amazing reading is. So we had to do a book report, and my mom was like, you should do it on the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia series. So I was like, okay, I'll read it. So I read it, and I loved it so much. And I was like, okay, reading's not bad. It can be good. It can be interesting. So I'll read another book. So I read the second book in the series, then the third and the fourth, fifth, and till the seventh one. And I was so into reading by then. I was like, oh my god, I really just I need a new series like this. I need a fantasy series, and I need it now. So I picked up the Percy Jackson series when I was at a book fair in 5th grade, and that one to me was even better than the Chronicles of Narnia because the guy was awesome and it was modern, and I love mythology. I've always loved mythology. So that was even better. And after the Percy Jackson series, that's when I got into contemporary. Because I love all kinds of genres, but after the Percy Jackson series, I was only on fantasy. That's what I would only read. And then I went to another book fair in 6th grade, and I got the Click novels by Lacey Harrison. I got the fourth one, I believe, and my friend got the third one just so we could trade them out and read them. And I don't know why we didn't get the first or second one. I don't even know if they had them there, but I loved them so much. So I had my mom take me to the bookstore to get the rest that was out. I think yeah, that was there was 4 books by then. So I got the first 2, and then we kind of went on a shopping spree for books. So my mom, no joke, bought me 40 books in that bookstore that one day. And yeah, there was this girl there. I remember she was like, oh, you should read this and that, and this is awesome, this is not awesome, and this is amazing. And so yeah, we walked out of there with about 40 books, and my mom was the happiest person ever because her daughter was finally reading a lot, like she still does. Um, so yes, but I didn't get into the, romancy YA genre until I believe 7th grade. Um, I remember this girl, I was in choir, so there was this girl outside of the choir room, and she was reading this book that had a flower on it, like new moons. And it was new moon, and so it had a little flower on it. I was like, huh, what is that? And she's like, oh, it's this amazing series about this girl whose boyfriend is a vampire and she wants to be a vampire. But he's like, no, I don't want to make you into a vampire because it would be bad. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So we went to, I think that week we went to San Diego, and I had my mom take me by their local indie bookstore and in La Jolla, and we bought Twilight and New Moon, and I devoured those within our whole vacation, which was 2 days. And that's just when reading clicked. I've been reading ever since. And I love all genres. I love fantasy, contemporary, paranormal. Love them all. So yeah, that's my rambly, fast-paced story of how I got into reading. Um, I'm really I love reading so much, and I am so surprised that it took me this long. I can't imagine what I was like when I was little and I didn't like reading. I think back now, why didn't you read all these books when you were little? Because they're good. I miss so many little kid genre stuff, and I remember I think I read Junie B. Jones. I remember my teacher reading those, but I never read them myself. So I missed out on a lot of cool Junie B. Joneses, and Tree House or something, you know what I'm talking about. I missed out on a lot of cool kid books, so eventually, in the very far future when I have a kid, I'm definitely going to have to enjoy the kid reading with them because I missed out on that. But luckily, I'm in the YA genre now, and it's amazing. So, yeah, so that's the story, and I hope you have a great day.